Hi guys, doing everyone? All right, I'm Rajan Rai with Rai Real Estate. I specialize in real estate, obviously, but I obviously do know about tax exchanges, 1031 tax exchanges. I also know about different ways, creative financing, different ways to save up money, financial advice and tips. I'm experienced. I've done many off-market deals, and I've done some deals in the MLS as well. But I've helped people exchange like 150, 160 odd acres of land for like three, four, five houses, rental houses. And if you do it within 6 months, you won't get taxed at all. Otherwise, you will get taxed. And not just for land, for any house, even for like a second home. If let's say you want to sell your house and if you don't buy anything, you're going to get taxed on it. So a lot of people sold their house, coronavirus, it cashed out on some money, but they might have bought something. If they bought a house, they were lucky. But if they didn't buy a house, now it's gonna be hard for them to get very hard for them to get a house now. So all those people that might be looking for a house, some just might live with their in-laws, some might just get an RV or a trailer and just live there, or a mobile home, or just be renters or whatever. But if you really want to do it, it's better just to you can keep your house, and you can buy another house on payment, and you can just rent that out. So you can keep your home, and you can a second home you can just buy it, but keep it as a rental property, and then just the payments will cover it. And then if you ever do exchange, you have to buy three houses. See, you have to buy another one that you can flip and one that you can keep, and one to live in yourself. Is the best way to do it. So usually people just stay stuck with one house. People can't even get one, but if you try to get two and then get three, one step at a time, that's the best way. So it's just like buying a couple of cars. Like that's why dealerships have a lot of different cars, so they can keep some for longer, and then the other ones they can flip them, sell them faster. And then, but you have to have at least two, three, four, cars, right? So same thing with a house. If you have more, you have choice too. If you have more money, you have more choice, right? But you have to save money to make money. It's the same thing. So there's various ways that you could save. Most businesses only make about 10, 20% profit margin. So if you save 10, 20, 30% in your taxes, that's a business right there in itself. Like it's the same thing. If you do it right, if you you can have a regular job, that's fine. But if you save up some money and put it into a house and get another, that's how you're going to make assets, and you can keep tax deducting, tax writing off stuff. Even if you get a loss, you can use a tax, you can declare a loss and write it off to your advantage. You can write off anything. You can write off all the home repairs. You can write off literally anything. You can write off even your office expenses, your real estate leads. You can write off any repairs on your car or bike or whatever. If you have like an off-road bike or something like that, or a heavy vehicle, 6,000 something pounds, all that stuff. uh, it's better just to not even keep the receipts, don't, and just write it off, and then at your office just have you can write off an office too. If you have an apartment or if you have a house, you can use the other room as a write-off. You put a sign on there, it's an office, do not disturb, have a filing cabinet, a computer, you can write that off. If you have a little dealership or something like that, a small little shop, you can write that off. If you have there's a lot of different things that you could save. Sometimes people just get rushed when they go to the tax place, but you have to just write off. You have to just tell them what you actually spent. Otherwise, you're gonna have to tell them what are you gonna do then? You have to tell them for the next year. So you have to just don't keep the receipts, and then just you have to just say how much you spent, how much you're gonna spend on repairs as well. Sometimes most of the time you'll make money, but when you're doing like 10, 20, if you're doing like 10, 20 deals, you might get like one loss sometimes because people get out of hand. But when you're first doing it, people are always very careful the first few deals, right? So some people do lose out on the first deal too, but that's if you don't plan it right. So if you know what you're doing, you have to look at the average houses around the area, the ARV, how much they're selling. So if you have a house that's 100 grand, but the houses around it that are nice, similar, selling for 120, 130. So you have to try to get that house, build it up to standard. But don't put too much into it. Do it, 10, 15 grand, and then sell it. Make your profit. Try to sell it for a little bit more, and you can do it. So that's a good way to do it. If you don't, the more you make, the more you're going to get taxed. So that means you have to come up with creative ways. You don't have to do like 5, 10 deals and make like hundreds of thousands of dollars. Even if you make like 30, 50 grand, 20 grand from a deal, and you just do it a couple of times, that's a lot of money. That's good. You can just do like you can just do like two deals, and it's the same as working a minimum wage job. And all it's going to take is what, maybe two months or so to flip the house, and a month or two to sell it. Doesn't take that long. And that's pretty much it. Okay, let me know. This is a longer video. I have some shorter ones.